Alright guys, so today we are going to work on pre-trip. Alright, and I am what you call a slip driver, so I'm a day cab driver. So the slip seat, on the days I'm off, somebody else is driving my truck, and then on the days I'm working, I drive this truck, right? So one thing I always like to do, for sure, is to always pull these air tanks down here, because and then it messes you up, right? Alright. So with that being said, I always like to start here with the oil stick. So let's see here. For some reason, I don't know why, but my company loves over-refueling our truck with oil, and I report it almost every time, and I guess they don't really care about it, so whatever at this point, you know. But yeah, so here, I guess look, over-refuel on the oil. Ideally, you always just want to have it at the max line or the full line. If your oil ever gets down too low, just get it kind of like in between full and minimum. That'll get you going until you get to your yard or your next maintenance time usually. Alright, let's go put the back away first. So next, I like to do is check these tires here. So these are like they're more like hubs, I think. So sometimes oil will leak here, and if there's oil leak there, then that's not good anymore. You always gotta make sure that there's no rust. Kind of turn, make sure none of them are loose, and then check this oil pan down here. I think that's an oil pan. I know that's where the oil is at for sure, but it's not leaking, so it's good. Checking your brake chambers. Okay, it's good. Here's the chamber. That's the brake line. Okay. Always gotta want to make sure that everything is securely tight and stuff. Here's good. Gotta want to make sure that this thing right here don't have too much play. This is your steer. And then of course, see here, this is the steering fluid. Looks slightly wet, but I don't think there's any leakage because there's nothing wet down here. Always back here, just an air compressor, I believe, back here somewhere. I don't ever see it. Always want to make sure that these fan right here aren't broken either. And you want to make sure you check all the tires, guys. Check all the tires. Ooh, it's kind of wet. Looks kind of wet. But there's really no leak, so I think probably okay. Check this side on the oil pan. Alright, there's always got to make sure there's 3/4 play. But just because you check here, don't mean that you just look at this. You got to look over here too. On the side here, make sure that this line, there's nothing, you know, there's no cut or anything on it. So that's that. Always gotta look onto this side because a lot of people forget on this side, because this entire thing spins, right? So there's also that part of the line too that goes with this. On that too as well. Make sure that none of the fan pieces are broken. Your coolant box, always good. Always got to make sure. This is the coolant here. Let's see. And of course, brakes. Always got to check it. Yeah, go down here. I'm not too good at the brake stuff, but you know, for me, I always just want to make sure that there's no oil leaking on the inside for sure, and that everything is tight. Always gotta look at this exhaust. Sometimes that shit breaks, you know, so always gotta want to make sure there's that. All right, let me see here. That looks good. Over here, always got to make sure reflective tapes are in good shape, because this is what you'll get freaking DOT violation if you don't have any of these stickers here. They're kind of like your backup, for like if your lights are broken, or like if you're stopped on the if your truck dies on the side of the road, right, at night. This is what kind of help people to kind of see you a little bit. But other than that, let's come here, the tires here. Make sure it's all good, always. There's nothing loose. So ideally, if you turn it a little bit and you feel like it's loose, then that's just loose. Always gotta make sure that these lines are good. These lines are what connects to this other tire here. So always check this side here. So I don't think there's any oil leak on these tires, so it's good. Always the thread. Make sure your tires are always at least 2/32. Let's see. This side. It's good. Always gotta check the U's, check the airbags, make sure that they're not deflated. Always gotta check all the nuts on here. This airline, always want to check, make sure that it's not cut anywhere. Let's see. But these tires too. Mud flaps, same thing. Make sure your mud flaps have reflective tapes on them. You'll get flack for that shit too. You'll get violation for that. Airbags, suspensions, definitely always gotta make sure your suspension's all okay. Airbag looks okay. Suspension looks okay. See any leaking on this side? And no, I think that's good on this side here. Definitely more than 2/32. You could just tell, man. But if you can't tell, then there's always this thread meter, or this thread reader that you can always get at truck stops. See here, this is good. That's good. See any oil leakage on this side? Nope. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right, that's good. And then always check here. So for me, I always want to check this one, guarantee, because this a lot of people overlook this one. So it looks okay. Let me see. So it looks okay. Looks like it's starting to get loose right here a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. Shouldn't do much. So here, make sure this line's good. Alright, let me see. This one's still okay. There's no cut on the line, there's no fray or anything like that. Good, washer's still good. Still good. This is also still good. Alright, so next thing you would want to do is to start the truck. Or not start the truck, but actually, yeah, you can if you want. But you always want to make sure that your lights are all working. So if you guys have this light test button, use it. If not, you could test it out one by one, but we have it, so let's grab that. All right, light works, signal works. Those lights always needs to work. They need to be on, especially when your headlights are on. This one needs to be on too. Let's see. Brake lights, good, good. All right. Well, on this side over here, did I want to turn on? Yes. All right, good. So that's the light that turns on, and then now we gotta do our air brake check. So, I'm not going to walk everybody through an air brake test, but let's see here. Usually, after you get done with your air brake test, always gotta do your end cap. A lot of people forget to do your end cap. I do it like once a week. Okay? At least paperwork, I do it once a week. Just because, sometimes you forget about when the paperwork are due and shit. Oh, what the hell? Damn it. Ugh. All right. So let's check the paperwork. Always gotta check. Let's see here. Good. So March 2026 validation. Make sure that it's the correct unit number. Always gotta make sure that this is up to date too. Expiration date. Good. You always want to make sure that this is up to date. If you don't get this up to date and you get put into the weigh station, some state will make you buy it. They'll make you buy it. They'll make you buy it there on the spot before they let you proceed. Certificate of liability insurance. Now everybody's insurance is always different, but for here at this company, they have like 3 different sets. See here, there's the commercial liability, career policy. Make sure that's up to date. This one is for scheduled autos and autos only hired. I don't understand what that's for, but always got to make sure that these are up to date. Once that's done, of course you do your little, you do your you test this to make sure it works. Yeah, good. And then you go into your air brake test. So let me turn that off. Get rid of this. All right, let's see here. Now I don't remember what they taught in school, but I think if I remember correctly, back in school they were saying like both your primary and your secondary air tanks have to reach 140, I believe, or like 135 around there. I don't remember. But different trucks are different. I know there are some trucks that the governor will cut out at 125. Some will cut out 130. You just gotta look to see what that truck caps at. So it's like 132. Drops back to 131. Okay, not bad. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, no cutting. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, started cutting, and right exactly at 10 seconds, I'm just gonna give that a pass. All right, release both brakes. I'm gonna start my pre-trip time on my EOD. Forgot to do that. Okay, wait for the PSI to settle. Good. So 83. Hold on to the brake. Wait for that to settle. Alright, 76, 77. So let's wait for a whole minute here. Okay, so they both went back to the 78, which is fine. This truck does that shit sometimes. But damn, this freaking iPad is so bright. Let's see. Display. Alright, it's not losing the air. Okay. Now, technically, you're supposed to get a beeping sound. I don't get a beeping sound in this Volvo. So I don't know if it's a Volvo thing, but really, you're supposed to get a beeping sound with it when this come on. But that being said, let's go ahead and do the pop-out test. Got pop-outs at 26, 27. So okay, not bad. It works. That's that. So let's see here. Am I missing anything? Oh, make sure your mirrors aren't cracked. Yeah. Make sure your honk's working. The air brake's working. Good. All right. I think that's that. I'm not, I mean, I do what I can. I'm not a mechanic, so I do what I remember a lot of time. But this is kind of how I run through my pre-trip every night or every day before I start work. If I'm missing something, I'm sorry. But yeah, so as you guys can see, this is just a bobtail. It took me a little over 15 minutes to do a bobtail pre-trip. So this is why they say a proper pre-trip takes about 40-30 minutes. Because you think about it, if I had a trailer with me, that would have been an extra 15 minutes on the trailer, So definitely always do your pre-trip, guys.